I first read the play, it had such a huge impact on me. It was about 10 years ago, and I started reading it and I couldn't put it down. And I think it's because the character of Sal, she goes on such a huge emotional journey from start to finish.
When I first read the play, I was really struck by the way that the writing explores sort of even a philosophical understanding of transformation and love and grief, and does it in such a subtle way that you don't really notice it at first. I kept being surprised by the connections that were made back to the beginning of the play.
At each point you read the first chapter and you think, oh, it's this kind of play. Then 5 minutes later you're like, oh no, it's this kind of play, right, I get it now. And then 5 minutes later again, oh God, it's this kind of play. And that happens all the way through. You really don't know where it's gonna go.
I love Frank McGuinness writing. I think it's kind of incredible.
It's just so gripping. So much happens. You're not expecting any of it at any time.
I'm really fascinated by Sal's journey in the play and the way that the text articulates everything that she goes through.
Yeah, it's written in such a way that you can't help but feel everything that this person feels.
And I am really excited to work with Jess. I think she's a brilliant performer and collaborator.
She just seemed like the right person to direct it. As soon as we started talking, it just kind of felt right. We'll be taking it on a little mini tour to begin with. So at Colne Little Theatre, which is in Pendle. Then we'll be taking it to the King's Arms in Salford, which is very close to Manchester city centre, just a short walk.
Supporting independent theatre is really important because it allows us to develop new ideas, it enables us to experiment, it develops our cultural landscape beyond what the government-supported arts projects will allow, and it makes theatre makers really happy.
So obviously donating money is a huge help. Coming and watching the play is the biggest help in the world, and you'll see what we're doing and you'll see what we're making. Any support you can give us with raffle prizes, sharing and liking and commenting on our social media posts is another way to really help support us, especially in these early days. Rehearsal spaces. At the moment we're working with a very, very low budget, so anything that people can offer at a low cost or no cost would be amazing.
I think people should come and see this play because it's a really intimate invitation into a fascinating and devastating grieving process that I think we don't normally get to be that close to. People can relate to feelings of loss and grief and devastation and anger and wanting revenge and a feeling of wanting to tear everything apart.
Even though not every aspect of the story people will be able to relate to, the humanity of it and the sensitivity of it, I think, will touch a lot of people.
And the way that by the end of the play we're sort of left with somebody that we didn't expect at the beginning of the play. I think it's kind of incredible.
Really, really good night out.